That's fine. Okay.
No
So
problem.
we'll just go with the next topic. Okay. What we need some ideas around that is so what happens is people find it difficult to have the same look and feel for both the print invite and the e-invite as they get it made from different places. You won't find any particular online wherever whatever I've been doing the research. Either you're getting the places where you can get the print invites done, or there are places where you get the e-invites done. It's very difficult to find still the same look and feel. And the second thing that happens is always the communication starts with sending a WhatsApp message. How can we make this consistent? The communication, whether it is a design, whether it is the copy, or how we can make it more consistent, and the user can have a same communication, same look and feel going for all the print invite or the e-invite.
I had a question
Yes.
about this.
Yes.
Um, so are we looking at this tool as a place to also design the invitation? Because that would be a very big part of it if that's a functionality we want to include. Uh, if not, then does it aid in sending the invite, or does it also help in designing the invite?
See, can there be a template kind of thing which has all the see, invites are there. Invites are definitely there. Okay, for all the thing, whether you're sending it for the e-invite or so. Even if I have an e-invite, it can be converted into an animation kind of thing. That much is there. It's already there. Okay, but what happens is for the print, it gets totally separate. You have the separate vendors or so, and they find it very difficult. So they're not able to personalize it. They say that the problem has come out is like I have to go to some vendor in a shop in Chani or whatever the places where you get them printed, but they don't get that particular thing out over there. So do you think it should be all together and place there should be one template which can be done as a printed, which can be done as a e-invite? What should we do? How can we help the user? Or we consistent?
Gaurav,
Yeah.
from the sorry to cut you in between. The previous one which I was saying, if the app or the tool whichever we are designing gives a functionality which tells what is the basic template you want to aim at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the basic elements, as in, does it need animation, or do you want to keep it very simple and traditional? Wherein we list some elements that says, okay, if you say traditional, these are the basic templates that I mean, these are the basic design elements that will constitute as part of this template. If you want animation, then these are the like something with basic or advanced, maybe you can categorize like that, and that will help the user to understand, okay, this is a design that I would want to choose, or this is a template that I would want to choose, and with basic wordings put into it, that will help them come up with some of their own needs, or that will help them um, reformulate their needs, if I'm able to phrase it correctly. Okay, if I see in if you walk into any wedding invitation preparation shop, they have invites that says such and such, this person is going to get married to this person, we we solicit your gracious presence. These are some of the basic statements that is generally seen across. So what kind of statements do the user want to choose? So if a template, if in our tool we have this template that tells in a traditional way, this is the statements that is majorly used, you can use this. And these are the design, usual go-to design, from our research, we are seeing that this is the basic design elements usually found in a traditional or in a little bit of different categories, like for example, emo or animation or rustic or modern, trendy, pop, like that. If we were to put in different categories and give them in each of these categories, these are something that basic things that you can find, and give that idea to the user where they can reformulate their needs. Okay, no, this is not something I want, this is something I want. So that will be like a guidance to the user.
Okay. Do you, okay, from your point, will this help? I'm just trying to understand where if you're saying that give them the option you want this type of an invite, okay, you tell us, and accordingly the content
Mhm.
can
Mhm.
copied in that particular sequence of
Mhm.
invite, which has the print, which has the e-invite and all, and it shows you.
Mhm.
You can fill
Mhm.
all of them together itself.
Mm, right, right. Because if they have, then this will give them idea how many events they're supposed to plan, or if
Yeah.
they want to cut back on an event, or revise their list of users that they want to, I mean, their relatives or the friends who they want to put into one event only, or maybe help them plan the events also. Because when you sit for the invite, they will get an idea, okay, about the timings as well, right? Okay, this event will start on this day and it should have only this much amount of time frame, and then they cannot have someone come up later on, like let's say event 2 is going to start and event 1 is still not complete, but this was not indicated in the invite, maybe then they will have to deal with a lot of guests coming in
Yeah.
inappropriate times, and then they might not be able to
Sure.
cater to the guest because they
Yeah.
cannot show a rough face to them.
Yeah. JP, any views, your
Yeah.
views on it?
Actually, it's rather, uh, I got this, design stuff. You design it in Figma, you design stuff on the app. You can do that, and then perhaps put it in a USB drive and have a tie-up with certain, the app people, like your app should have a tie-up with a printer over there, that we will,
Yeah.
the same colors will be used. We'll just give you this thing and you just put it on the card. So
Okay.
that could solve it, because I've done it in the past to make, the posters and all that.
Okay.
So it's very easy nowadays, because it's, but these card people, unfortunately, they are not that savvy, at the moment. They have their own traditional, but I'm sure there'll be younger Chavdi Bazaar card people, some youngster who would easily take a USB, and they've got these people sitting outside, they can even touch up a little bit here and there if they want to. If
Yes.
you need
Sure.
Just tie up with particular vendors or designers and have a
Yeah, just
database
one or
there
two.
where they can just, yeah.
Okay.
It,
You
it
can
means
email it.
business for the vendor also. So
Okay.
You can just
Sure.
email it. You don't even have to go there. So he knows what he gets, what he sees, that's what you get,
Sure.
that way it's
Okay.
possible.
Fine. This is done. I'm coming on a short thing now. What is that? What is the tradition in India? We don't have that traditional thing of RSVP out over here. Okay. And what happens is the users find it very difficult to get the details of RSVP in India. Firstly, the culture, and it's very difficult because it's being a traditional thing, old people. So what we have to do, what the users have to do is call up every time and check with them. आप इस function पे आएंगे? Are you coming on this particular function? So, and they have to make the list. They have to get the place done for them. They have to make sure. So, how many people are coming? How do we then solve the problem that they get to have the RSVP? On print invites, especially, what do you do? But you're right, sending the e-invites. So, how can we tell them that they definitely get back the RSVP? It makes it easier then for the head count.
so if it's going on WhatsApp, or through a digital platform, can't there be, like there are event booking platforms, can't there be a link which just asks the user to RSVP for all the events they're attending, wherein they just take that yes, no, or some sort of a segregation, yes, no, maybe sort of a thing, where
Yeah.
the they don't have to do an extra step. So right now, like for example, like if there's an RSVP number mentioned, then you have to like personally message that number that okay, I'll be coming to the wedding or I'll be coming to this function. But if again, I'm just talking as a user, that if I have to just click on a link and then say yes, no, then I'll do it instantly rather than waiting for just to do that call or send a message that oh, I'm going to come for this function.
In fact, I just
So
did it last month. Exactly
yeah.
this.
Okay.
Online form.
Okay. But there are a number of people also. Should we give two columns, number of people attending? Because card is one for the family.
Yeah.
Attending, and will you be coming on this particular function or not.
Maybe the app itself can, have that functionality that, okay, because the invite or the reminder is going through the app knows that, okay, you've invited like 2 people on this number. Then, the app can show you like, how you have on your booking platforms, like event booking platforms, that, okay, are both these people coming or is just one person coming? Then you could just check the boxes for those many people. Okay, yes, that kind of a thing maybe could be
Yes.
helpful.
Okay. Good enough for this. I have 3 or 4 questions, so I'm just going ahead. This is good enough for that. Now, people tend to forget the time and venue or the dressing code, especially in the print invites, even if you remember the date, no? So, but it's still, you got to go back and to check the time and the venue or so, or the dress code sometimes in the print invites. So how is it, how can we make it possible, make it easier for the users? Do you think the e-invites can solve this particular problem?
Yeah, definitely. They can, add to Google Calendar or set a reminder. Just clicking on the date, we can give them the option to add to Google Calendar or your Apple Calendar.
A lot of them have maps integrated also now, like all the
Yeah, for the
e-invites.
venue, we can have a map. When you click on the venue, you can open the Google map and see the images, see the direction, how you can reach to the venue.
Is there a way out that it can go in the Google Calendar once you receive it and it gets saved in the Google Calendar, or you have to take a permission of the user to save it? And it shows the particular information that this is the dress code, this is the timing, and this is the venue. Can that happen? Yeah.
I guess how that works is saying from having used this, because this is something that we've also been trying to do for my wedding. So for the that is the calendar, what it's a calendar invite what you have on your calendar, and that is being shared to them. It's like giving access to your drive. So when they click on the calendar invite, it is like giving the user an access to your calendar event. So so if that event has all this information detailed out, what is the dress code for each of those events, like in a meeting agenda kind, when you put it in the calendar, it basically asks for you to join that event, not that it will add to their personal calendar. If such a functionality were there, maybe if in the tool that you're designing, if there is a way the invite will trace back to your to the person's calendar to add it by themselves, rather than when you scan the QR code, it will be the person who is actually hosting the wedding. They should have the wedding invite, the calendar invite, and that calendar invite is basically being shared to the other person who's wanting to get access to. Rather, if the tool that you're designing would insert an entry into the person's, whoever is opening the invite, to put an invite, to create an invite inside the calendar, that would be helpful, because there again you can add more details, as in what is the dress code, and what is the time, and how many reminders do you want to be set in. Like it should become a calendar invite that I am setting by myself. It's just rather that I'm getting a template where I can go and change. Okay, I don't want to be reminded every 2 days, but I would just want to be reminded a month, and then I want to be reminded a week before the act takes place.
JP, will that help if you were to be invited?
Sorry, calendar, Google Calendar, everybody doesn't use, but it will help definitely for those who use. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I had another idea was about this, that, when you send the card, the invite, normally what happens is that the dress code is written, it's kind of, dress code is written in a, it's lost in the print somewhere, and then you have to find it. So maybe the invite could have a little, you could create subdivisions, you could use emphasis, you could use color contrast, you could use various tricks to kind of make it prominent so that when they come back to the card, you know, one quick look. So, like what I had to do was to write it down in my diary, you know, everything. Yeah, because it was there were 4 functions now, and and it was confusing. You know, I mean, it was really confusing. You know that. कि किसमें क्या पहनना है तो बड़ा आसान था फिर वो then planning had to be done, you know, when I sit down and plan कितने कपड़े हैं कितने नहीं है, you know, you have to buy, so all that. So if you do that, you know, I mean, very easy kind of in the card itself. I was thinking, just one idea.
But if the user is going to get a link for the RSVP, or if the user is going to as in the invitee is going to get that link, then probably the app should have a functionality where each, you know, any query which the guest has, they should be able to just click on that link and go to the app and be like, acha, what is the dress code for this day? Where is the venue? Where is the, you know, like basically all those different functionalities we would do with any other app. Like if we are going for an event booking through Book My Show, then we click on that and we just know that, acha, you know, this is the venue, or just that one place where they can find everything.
Would have really been helpful that, you know, just the app is there, the link is there, you just go there. Okay, color, dress code on so and so date. This function.
Just
so you quickly get
different.
it.
Okay.
Nice.
Fine. So you're saying one place you find all the information about all the functions. This is the dress code, this is the venue, this is this, and you have all the information. If you have any questions, fine. Okay. This came with two. This was a question that I had asked the users who are visiting the particular places as a guest, and it came from JP also and other user also. What happens is also in animated cards, it's very fancy, but what happens is from the guest perspective, they have to stop the animation at every point to see the details of each function and take a screenshot, and becomes very difficult. Okay, because you don't have that link to that particular map or so, and you have to just see it, go back, or just take a screenshot to be. How can we resolve this? Because animated cards, everybody finds it very fancy. They want to get it done, and a lot of people are getting it done, but they don't realize what the problems are being faced by the end users. So how can we resolve that particular problem?
Send both.
Yeah. That's what I've received, like an animated card, and then I've received a PDF with an itinerary after that, that, okay, you know, each day, what is it, like the details in a PDF or something.
Same happened with me. Yeah. Then it was like,
Can I give a solution to that, JB? How about summarizing? If there was a summarized end page, this function, this is the venue or the map, and you can see that, or you can have a code where you can just scan it and it takes you to that particular application. But in the end, you don't have to go back. It summarizes all the. Will it solve the problem? I'm just trying to understand. As if you have invited.
Again, I'm just thinking out loud, but the phone screen, generally people would see it on the phone screen.
Yeah.
And it's a very restrictive screen. So I mean, I don't know if it's a single function, maybe all of the information would be clear. But if we are going to put in information for multiple functions, including time, venue, etc., then maybe that one screen might become too restrictive. And I would want to see the details of each function or each day at least separately.
Or as you said, it can take you to all the details to that particular.
Yeah.
It can take you over there. Sangeeta.
We can use something that Book My Show does. When you book a ticket, on the day of the show, you get the notification, and you get the notification according to the distance of the theater you are going to visit. If it is far, how much time you get, how much time it will take to reach the theater or mall, wherever you're going. Before 10 minutes that you will get the notification. And in your booking, they have all the tickets, and in the tickets they have summarized all the information, like movie name, or which auditorium it will be, your seat number, timings, everything. Okay. So we can have that for different functions, each card for each functions, and then for each function, what dressing code is there, what will be the timing, date, and everything. So as
Yeah.
you said, we can summarize it. We can see it at one place, all the functions, date, timing, dress code, everything.
So you're saying we do have the numbers of each and everybody. We send them the message can go on that particular day, saying this is the function and this is the location and whatever all the information is being sent.
As they do the RSVP, as we said, they will be
Yeah.
doing the RSVP and selecting the functions that they are going to visit. So we can have all the yes functions in the yes, and then whatever they are not going to visit, we can show in the grayed out. If they want, they can select yes, and they can visit that function as well.
Okay, sure. Fine, this is good enough. Okay, last two things. I think that's all. I won't take much time of yours. Okay. How can we solve the problem so users don't find it tough to discard the invite? If you keep getting, I'm just thinking, if you're a guest, you keep getting invites from different users, right? Okay, from your family members or your friends or so. How can we make it easy? What can we do so you don't have to throw, or it gets very sometimes becomes very difficult to discard the invites because they're photographs of gods and goddesses? What do you do so that you can utilize it? Is there a way that you suggest that can be done?
Sending printed card only to your family members would maybe solve this issue, because your family members might save your invitation card after your wedding as well as a memory, but not your colleagues or friends. They won't save your card, so we can just send the e-invite to your friends and colleagues, and only to your close family members you can send the printed invites.
But they whosoever we send the print invite, the end of the day, what do? They might keep it for a month maximum. The end of the day, they throw it. No, is there a way that we can do something that they can save it? It becomes useful for them. Can you think of something? I don't know.
There is a concept here. I'm not sure how much it would, resonate well in India. But for example, we have something called as Fund here in Germany. And if you buy a bottle from the store and you need to pay some 25 cents extra, so what will happen is when you put the bottle again for recycle, you get the 25 cents back. And you can again use it to shop around. Yeah, so you can shop around again in the same supermarket store. So likewise, if there not necessarily there has to be an incentive for them to return, but then you can always say that instead of throwing it onto the junk, you can return the card back to the place where they printed so that they can recycle the paper and again make use of it, and we can have a recycled paper. How we have today recycled polyesters coming in for the textile, like that they can also recycle the paper, and then again it could be again reused for printing a new invite.
So the app itself could have an option to check mark, like Swiggy and all have, where you're like, do you want to opt in for cutlery or do you want to opt out?
Yeah.
So if they're going to get the invite, print invite, maybe they can just opt in that, okay, I want to opt in to recycle my card. And then again, don't know how feasible it is, but if there is a way where, there are certain vendors on board who can collect those cards and, recycle them. I don't know about the feasibility of this, but again, just an idea what Shweta suggested.
Yes. JP, you're
At the back.
Yeah.
At the back, you could probably write made from recycled paper.
Yeah.
Please recycle or something like that, friendly kind of, notice.
Okay.
So that, you have given them a kind of a carte blanche that you can recycle it. It's all right, don't feel bad.
Right. The good option. We could also have, we could also, instead, if they do not want to throw it away, when they come for the event, they can actually give the invite back. Maybe we can have someone to collect the invite and we can give it to the recycling plant, or if there is a tie-up or so like that, so that even if they have, if they don't want to keep it with themselves, we can collect the cards back during the event, because after that it is not like in the end event, I would say. when they are there, they can again return it. We can keep a bin or so, we can suggest them. The tool can suggest them that can
Yes.
give it back to the place from where
Yeah.
we can
Oh.
like, also select.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A friend
Nice
of mine
idea.
had done this where one side of the invite was completely like an art piece,
Yeah.
or something which is not any context specific, and one side had all the details like all the leaves, etc. So if someone wanted, they could just kind of frame that up or use that in a way. But again, I don't know how that will be possible in a larger scale where you can't frame everyone's invites and keep it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just another suggestion.
So cool. Okay. Last but not the least, I'm asking you all, like all the people who get married, okay, would like to save their card as a memory. Okay. And so what can we do in the different ways they came out? Is there any suggestion of what we can as a it can be a design can be so they can keep it next to them and in a some way out, some way somebody I don't know if I should give an example. Somebody wanted to frame it, or somebody wants to keep it in Mandir. Somebody wanted to keep it on the next anniversary. They want to see it. They want to keep it that I can see it. What can be like that can help, and they can keep it? Is there anything that comes to your mind which they can keep tomorrow as a memory?
You could put it in the photo, make it photo album friendly in some way.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like, they wanted to put it as a photo frame. They will make it as a photo frame and they'll just put it. Somebody said that. Exactly. Somebody
No,
had.
not that. I was talking about everybody makes photo albums, wedding albums.
Yeah.
So the card could be maybe for a photo album, you could do something, a special card, or so that it goes in the photo album.
Okay.
That's
One
a nice
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
That's actually a nice idea.
Also, there are like
No judging.
so many.
Oh, I'm not judging. I'm just
Good
being
or bad.
appreciative.
I know.
Well,
It's so
Saurav,
difficult
there
not
are
to. I stop myself so many times from saying, "Ye to nahi chalega." This one.
I never said that. I just said it's a nice idea.
I know, but this we always do that.
Go ahead, Sangeeta. You were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying there are like many small businesses on Instagram. They do the illustration, and nowadays they are like very famous. People make order from them and make illustration of the family or wedding photo and take from them. So we can tie up with them, and also we can promote their business on the application. And the couple, they can place an order to them to photo frame or maybe make illustration of a wedding photo and get hard copy from them, maybe shipped to their any address, house address.
Yep. Cool idea. Yep. Shweta, what do you think? What do you like the coolest out of all? What do you also have some plans? What are you gonna do?
Right now, I have not made any specific plans, but then yes, for me, I think if I still would, since there's a printed invite, so with a printed invite, maybe I would want to preserve it by wrapping it into an acid-free paper that will preserve the paper around.
Yeah.
That's something that I had thought of, but not sure how feasible it will be or for how many years it will stay.
Yeah.
But then yeah, that's one. And also maybe like JP mentioned, photograph it and put it on a wall where in a display unit, or keep it in the wedding album. Yeah, those are the similar ideas even I had when we wanted to create the invite for the wedding.
Cool. Cool. I think it's a lot of nice ideas. Priyanka, anything you will do out of these?
No, I think I again, for the sake of preserving, like probably it would be if there's any other wedding memorabilia which I want to preserve,
Yeah.
then I would probably, want to keep it like either in a customized box or an album, or something which protects it from humidity and something which will help it. Yeah, basically like the idea would be preservation
Okay. Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Oh, I think it really helped me. I've come out with a lot of nice ideas. It's really going to help me out to choose and finalize one. I think I'm going to say thank you to each and everybody of you for coming in and sparing time. JP, Priyanka,
No, thank you for
thank you
giving us a
so much.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it was
thank
very
you so much.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was a
Very
very
important to
interesting
learn this,
conversation.
brainstorming is
yes,
amazing
yes, yes.
technique.
Yeah. I hope we can
This is
just
what we,
Shweta,
yeah.
I am so sorry I won't be able to join your this thing. We are already 10 now already.
I know, I agree.
I'm so
I know
sorry.
it's quite easy for me because it's only 5:15 now.
I
so-
know. Yeah, if I was in London, I would have been perfectly fine. But I'm in Bombay. No,
I
no,
know,
it's late.
I know. I know. No. Thank you so much, JP. Again, I'm really sorry if I had offended you in any way, but that was not the.
I thought you were thinking that. No, you didn't. I was merely telling you the quoting from the book. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was quoting what the course said. That they said that make sure you don't. Make sure you don't. I'm sorry. Maybe I sounded
Okay.
as if I'm offended. I'm sorry about that.
No. Just wanted to build up on your idea, so I just wanted to throw my
But
perception.
by the way, your point was very good. That's a very good point you made at that time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Privacy
Thank you.
issues are so important. So important.
At
But
least
these people
that's
asked us
one
for
thing I've
our
learned
Aadhaar
staying
card
here
to
in
upload.
Europe.
Shweta asked
Sir?
us to upload our Aadhaar cards for hotel check-in. My wife uploaded Patak se. When we went over there and for checking in and all, the event manager is not there. Aadhaar cards uploaded and all that, no use. Again, we have to give.
The one thing is there, we don't have to look for addresses if we get an Aadhaar card, if we can link it to the other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get the Aadhaar card.
This is next level cybercrime. Okay.
Okay.
My
Would
wife
any of
doesn't
you
have an
would like
Aadhaar
to
Thank
card.
you
join
so
in
much.
again?
See you. Bye. Thank
All
you.
right.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, folks.
Thank you,
So,
Vera.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
nice.
all.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Nice meeting you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.